Anyone who has followed Bobby Brown over the years has probably noticed one thing right away. In interviews, in his memoir, and during emotional public moments, he has repeatedly dropped small hints that seem to point toward a much bigger story. It almost felt like he wanted people to connect the dots without directly saying everything out loud.
We talk a bit about Whitney's drug problems. When did that?
I don't want to talk about that. That has nothing to do with this documentary or anything that I want to speak about.
Okay, if you don't want to talk about it, but obviously it's
Not at
it's
all.
the thing that so it's important to you.
That's not what.
Many viewers have wondered if Bobby has been carrying answers for years but never felt comfortable sharing the full picture. At the same time, many people also noticed that Bobby always appeared careful whenever certain names or situations came up. It often looked like there was something holding him back, making him stop just before revealing more. Because of that, rumors continued to grow, and many started asking whether Clive Davis was the person Bobby was so cautious about mentioning. Now, according to several insiders, Bobby is reportedly ready to stop staying quiet. They claim he wants to speak openly about Kevin and explain why he believes the public focused blame in the wrong direction for so many years, while other people may have played much bigger roles in what happened to Whitney Houston. By now, you've probably already heard that Clive Davis peacefully passed away at his Manhattan home on June 22, 2026 at the age of 94. His family later confirmed the news, explaining that it came after a recent hospital stay related to an upper respiratory illness. The public response has been far from one-sided. While many people recognize Clive's enormous impact on the music business, others remembered him as one of the industry's most powerful gatekeepers. For years, many believed he had tremendous influence over artists, major career decisions, and who received the biggest opportunities. Because of that reputation, reactions across social media and the entertainment world quickly became divided, with many people revisiting old debates and long-standing stories about his influence. Many people are now saying that Hollywood could be entering a completely different era. Some even believe that long-standing confidentiality agreements may begin expiring, giving artists who stayed quiet for years a chance to finally share their experiences. According to these discussions, some former performers may decide to speak about creative disagreements, financial disputes, and career obstacles that they felt unable to discuss before. Whether that happens remains to be seen, but the conversation has definitely been growing. For years, there have also been claims involving artists like Luther Vandross and the late Phyllis Hyman. Some critics have alleged that Clive Davis made decisions that limited certain opportunities for them while putting more attention on Whitney Houston's rising career. These claims have been debated for a long time, and different people continue to view those situations in very different ways. Still, the stories have remained part of the larger conversation surrounding the music business. There is no question that Clive Davis played a major role in helping Whitney Houston become one of the biggest stars in music. He helped shape many important moments in her career and worked on projects that reach millions of fans around the world. But as artists become more successful, they often want a stronger voice in their creative direction and more influence over business decisions. That can sometimes lead to disagreements between performers and the people guiding their careers, especially when both sides have different goals. Some commentators have even suggested that when artists begin publicly questioning how the industry operates, tensions can increase behind the scenes. Those opinions have fueled years of speculation about Whitney Houston's experiences. Some people believe she privately shared concerns with Bobby Brown about people around her, although these claims have never been fully confirmed and remain the subject of ongoing public discussion. When people look back at the events surrounding Whitney Houston's passing, one detail continues to stand out. According to widely reported accounts, while investigators were still working upstairs at the hotel, a major industry event downstairs continued as scheduled. Guests wearing elegant gowns and tuxedos kept arriving on the red carpet as the evening moved forward, creating a scene that many people later described as difficult to understand.
Grammy time, and her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobbi Kristina was present for some of that fight.
That striking contrast has remained one of the most talked about parts of the story for years. For many people, one detail has never been easy to understand. They still question how everything unfolded the way it did and why such an important industry event continued despite the shocking news. That moment has remained one of the biggest talking points for years, and it continues to raise questions whenever Whitney Houston's story is discussed. Because of that, countless theories have appeared over the years. Some people have speculated that Clive Davis wanted Whitney Houston to remain professionally connected to the music business because of her enormous success. Others believe Whitney was hoping to move in a different direction and have more control over her own future. These ideas have circulated for a long time, but they remain speculation and have never been proven. According to various reports, Whitney was reportedly working toward rebuilding her life and taking a stronger role in making her own decisions. Some commentators have claimed that not everyone around her welcomed those changes because different people may have had different priorities. Stories have also circulated alleging that Whitney privately shared some of these concerns with Bobby Brown. However, those accounts have never been fully verified, and Bobby has rarely spoken publicly in detail about those claims. But the discussion doesn't stop there. Over the years, some people have also suggested that Whitney's daughter, Bobbi Kristina Brown, may have known more about the disagreements happening behind the scenes. There have even been claims that she possessed information supporting her views, although no conclusive evidence has ever confirmed those reports. Other accounts have alleged that she witnessed tense conversations involving Whitney and Clive Davis before Whitney's passing. Those stories have continued to spark debate, but they remain allegations rather than established facts. Think about it for a second. If Bobbi Kristina was really present during some of those reported arguments, is it possible that she overheard conversations that were never meant for anyone else? That question has fueled public speculation for years, and many people still wonder whether she knew more than was ever shared publicly. Supporters of those theories often point to the similarities between what happened to Whitney Houston and what later happened to Bobbi Kristina. On January 31st, 2015, Bobbi Kristina was found unresponsive inside the Georgia home she shared with Nick Gordon. She was discovered in a bathtub, a detail that immediately drew comparisons to her mother's widely reported final days. She was taken to the hospital, remained under medical care for several months, and her family later confirmed her passing on July 26, 2015. According to the official medical findings released at the time, her passing was linked to drowning combined with intoxication. The toxicology report listed alcohol, a cocaine-related substance, sedatives, anti-anxiety medication, and several other substances in her system. Even so, officials stated that they could not determine whether the circumstances were intentional or accidental, leaving important questions unanswered. The medical examiner explained it this way. The underlying cause is the condition which starts the downhill course of events leading to the final outcome, and in this case is the immersion associated with intoxication. The pneumonia and encephalopathy are more immediate causes which resulted from the immersion and intoxication. That official statement has continued to be referenced whenever people revisit the case. While many discussions surrounding the events remain based on speculation rather than confirmed evidence, some people continue asking difficult questions about Bobbi Kristina's final chapter.
No, I didn't introduce to Whitney at all. We did this together. There was no introducing her to anything. She already knew what she knew about it. I mean, when I grew up with New Edition, we drank beers, things like that. I didn't get into really heavy drugs until I met.
They wonder whether she had learned something about Whitney Houston's situation that was never shared publicly. Others ask who she may have trusted with her concerns, if anyone at all, and whether those conversations simply remained private. These questions have circulated for years, but no verified evidence has confirmed those theories. Another question that keeps coming up is whether Bobbi Kristina ever discussed her worries with her father, Bobby Brown. If she had concerns, did she ever tell someone close to her? And if she did, why has so little information ever surfaced? These unanswered questions have encouraged years of speculation, even though no clear proof has been presented to support any particular explanation. Many people have also pointed to the similarities between Whitney Houston's final days and Bobbi Kristina's final chapter, wondering whether it was simply an unfortunate coincidence or something more. Those discussions have remained active for years, but they are still based on opinions and theories rather than established facts. Bobby Brown has publicly shared his belief that Nick Gordon played a significant role in what happened to Bobbi Kristina, and he has also suggested that the overall situation surrounding Whitney Houston was more complicated than many people realized. Bobby has expressed the opinion that there may have been additional factors or individuals involved behind the scenes. Those statements reflect his personal views and have remained the subject of public debate. At the same time, not everyone believes Bobby Brown is the right person to tell this story. Some critics point to his own past and argue that his history makes his comments difficult for them to accept without question. Bobby has openly acknowledged that his relationship with Whitney included serious personal struggles. He has spoken about periods when both of them faced major challenges and admitted that those difficult times affected their family life. Because of that history, many people feel it is important to consider both his perspective and the publicly documented facts before reaching any conclusions. Bobby Brown has faced criticism for years from people who believe he introduced Whitney Houston to harmful substances. Bobby has consistently denied those claims, but the debate has never really gone away. Many people still argue that their relationship made Whitney's personal struggles even more difficult, while others believe the situation was far more complicated than any single person could explain. According to Bobby Brown's own account, he said that on their wedding day, he saw Whitney using a white powder before the ceremony and claimed that she even offered him some. Whether people believe that story or not, Bobby has continued to stand by his version of events, and it has remained one of the most talked about moments from his recollections.
Nick Gordon, the things that are being said by him recently, how do you approach that?
He knows what happened. I don't know what happened that night, but he does.
As the years went on, stories about their private lives became regular headlines. One of the biggest public moments came after Whitney Houston was reportedly found with an illegal substance in Hawaii in 2001. From that point forward, media coverage intensified, with reports about legal matters and personal challenges appearing again and again. Those headlines changed how many people viewed the couple and kept them under constant public attention. While those news stories attracted plenty of attention, nothing brought viewers closer to their daily lives than the reality series Being Bobby Brown. The show premiered on Bravo in 2005 after filming the previous year and followed Bobby's career, home life, and family relationships. Whitney Houston appeared throughout the series and quickly became one of its biggest talking points. Bobby reportedly hoped the show would help people see a different side of him and improve his public image. Instead, many viewers came away with the opposite impression. The series highlighted frequent tension between the couple, emotional moments, and several uncomfortable situations that quickly spread across entertainment news. One scene, in particular, became unforgettable after Bobby shared a very graphic personal story involving Whitney. The moment shocked many viewers and became one of the most controversial scenes from the entire series, remaining a topic of discussion long after the program ended. So it's easy to understand why some people feel Bobby Brown shouldn't be the one speaking about Whitney Houston's story. That opinion has been around for years, and many people still hold it today. At the same time, there's another side to the conversation. Bobby spent years by Whitney's side, closer than almost anyone else. If anyone witnessed what was happening behind the scenes, many believe he would have seen things that the public never knew about. Because of that, some people think Bobby may still have important stories to tell. He has often hinted that there were parts of Whitney's life that never became public, and that the full picture may be much more complicated than people realize. Of course, those ideas remain his perspective, and only confirmed facts can answer many of the biggest questions. For years, Bobby was often portrayed as the villain in the public eye, while many discussions about powerful figures in the music business stayed in the background. Supporters believe he now wants the opportunity to explain his side of the story and respond to years of criticism. Whether that changes public opinion remains to be seen, but many people are curious to hear what he has to say next. If Bobby really decides to speak in greater detail, it could become one of the most talked about interviews in a long time. Until then, everything should be viewed carefully, separating verified information from rumors and speculation. What do you think? Do you believe Bobby Brown still knows details that have never been shared publicly, or do you think the full story has already been told? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves music history and celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.